Every Halloween at exactly 10:47 p.m., students at St. Augustine Preparatory Academy hear a single piano note echo through the abandoned wing of the school. The strange part? The piano hasn't been touched since a music teacher disappeared there in 1997. Halloween in New Orleans wasn't just one night, it was a whole atmosphere. In October, the streets of the French Quarter seemed to whisper, unseen but felt. Cats looked different. The music sounded strange. 15-year-old Lily Tran was the head of the Halloween committee. Every year, the St. Augustine's Haunted Hall event turned the school into a spooky festival filled with decorations, king cakes, beignets, and music. While Lily carefully hung pumpkin lanterns, Marcus Webb, the school newspaper photographer, followed her. "Are you ready?" he asked. "Almost," Lily replied while adjusting a lantern. "Are the lights working tonight?" "Yeah, the electrician checked them all." "Since 1997, there has never been a problem-free Halloween," Lily muttered. Marcus raised his eyebrows. "Why 1997? "Because that's when something happened," Lily said, finally looking at him. Former music teacher Evangeline Broussard disappeared on Halloween night in 1997 from the old wing. According to school records, she had stayed late to prepare a solo performance for the Halloween program, a piece no one had ever heard before. "She was the kind of teacher everyone loved," Lily continued. "Quiet but passionate. Students said she could make the piano sound like it was alive." Marcus adjusted his camera strap, intrigued. "So what exactly happened that night?" Lily hesitated for a moment, then continued as they walked past rows of decorated lockers. "The official report said she simply never came back out of the music room. The janitor locked up the building at midnight and didn't notice anything unusual. But the next morning, the door to the music room was slightly open." "And?" Marcus asked. "The piano bench was pulled out," Lily said quietly, "and one of the keys was still pressed down, like someone had just played a note." Marcus let out a small breath. "That's weird." "That's not even the strangest part," Lily added. "Some students who stayed late that night claimed they heard music coming from the old wing after everyone had already left. Not loud, just a faint melody, like someone practicing." Marcus frowned. "Did anyone check the security cameras?" "They did, but this was 1997, Lily replied. "The footage was grainy, and the cameras didn't even cover the inside of the music room. All they saw was an empty hallway." Marcus looked back toward the direction of the old wing, now dim and distant. "And since then?" he asked. Lily crossed her arms slightly, lowering her voice. "Every Halloween, at exactly 10:47 p.m., the time she was last seen, someone hears a piano note." "A single note?" Marcus said. Lily nodded. "Just one." At 7:30 p.m., Haunted Hall officially opened. Students poured into the decorated corridors, laughing and taking photos under orange string lights. The scent of powdered sugar and fried dough filled the air as trays of beignets disappeared within minutes. A local jazz playlist mixed with Halloween classics echoed through the gym. For a while, everything felt normal, festive even. At 8:50 p.m., Lily checked her phone. "Everything's running on schedule," she said, half to herself. Marcus snapped a photo of a group of students in costume. "Best turnout yet," he said. "You might have just set a record." But as the night went on, something subtle began to shift. At exactly 9:12 p.m., the lights flickered just once. Most people didn't notice. A few laughed it off, assuming it was part of the event. Then, at 9:15 p.m., Marcus came rushing toward Lily, slightly out of breath. "You're not gonna believe this," he said. "What happened?" Lily asked, immediately alert. "I was near the back hallway, the one that leads toward the old wing," Marcus said. "I thought I heard something." Lily's expression tightened. "What kind of something?" Marcus hesitated. "Music." Lily's heart skipped. "No," she said quickly. "That hallway's sealed. Nobody's supposed to be there. I know, Marcus replied, but it didn't sound like speakers. It was softer, like it was coming from far away. For a moment, Lily said nothing. The sounds of laughter and music around them suddenly felt distant. What time is it? She asked. Marcus checked his phone. 9:17. Lily took a slow breath. It's too early, she whispered. Marcus tilted his head. Too early for what? Lily looked toward the darkened corridor at the end of the hall. For that. A few seconds passed. Then, faint, almost impossible to notice, a single piano note drifted through the air. Marcus froze. You heard that right? Lily didn't answer immediately. She grabbed a flashlight from the supply table. Come on, she said. Wait, you actually want to go there? Marcus asked. If someone's messing with this event, I need to know, Lily replied. And if it's not someone? She didn't finish the sentence. The two of them moved quickly, leaving behind the noise and lights of Haunted Hall. As they approached the blocked corridor, the decorations thinned out, replaced by bare walls and dim emergency lighting. A temporary barrier stood in front of the entrance to the old wing. Lily pushed it aside. The air changed instantly. Cooler, heavier. Marcus raised his camera, though his hands weren't as steady as before. This doesn't feel right, he murmured. Lily clicked on her flashlight. Their footsteps echoed as they stepped into the corridor. The smell of damp stone and dust filled their lungs. The walls were cracked, paint peeling in long strips. It felt like stepping into a part of the school that had been forgotten on purpose. Then another note. Closer this time. Marcus swallowed. Okay, that's definitely not speakers. They continued forward, slower now. The beam of Lily's flashlight swept across old classroom doors, all closed, except one. At the very end of the corridor, the music room. The door was slightly open. Lily and Marcus exchanged a look. Neither of them spoke. Then, together, they pushed the door open, and inside, the piano was playing. No one was touching it. The keys moved gently, as if guided by invisible hands. Then, the moment they stepped inside, the music stopped. Silence. Lily had checked the archives before the event. The 1998 program listed Evangeline's solo performance. Afterward, it was cancelled because some people said they had heard something in the old wing. Lily realized Evangeline had gone to the music room, and tonight the piano was playing as if she were there. Marcus recorded the sound and filmed the piano. The melody was faint, eerie, and unfamiliar. Earlier, the music teacher, Mr. Fontenot, had said that it was a Creole lullaby passed down through generations, never commercially recorded. Inside the piano, they found a crumpled note with Evangeline's name and the melody written in music notation. The same melody had just played. After the event, Lily returned alone, sat at the piano, and tried to play the melody. The piano was out of tune. Some notes were high, some were flat. Slowly, a broken but recognizable melody emerged. Then, after the final note, a single perfect note rang out. Lily hadn't pressed it. A whisper of presence brushed past her shoulder. She smiled. Evangeline, if you're here, thank you. She stood up from the piano, placed the sheet on top, and turned off the lights. Epilogue. The tradition continues. Every year at St. Augustine Preparatory Academy at 10:47 p.m., the time Evangeline was last seen, a music student performs a solo in the old wing. After the performance, at least one student hears the piano play a single note on its own. Until Lily graduated, she came every year with a few friends and played the same melody on the piano, and the piano always answered. This event became part of the school's Halloween legend. Students leave their own small offerings, a note, a leaf, or a flower, and by morning the gifts disappear. The end. This story is fictional and created for entertainment purposes. All characters, locations, and events are either imaginary or used in a fictional manner. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Note: for more mysterious, dramatic, and horror stories, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Please share your thoughts and suggestions in the comments.